Is this... Let's try this for a second time, shall we? I would like to preface this video with a little disclaimer that I've already tried to film this video, but I had a little malfunction. It's not quite there. This lens looks like it has something on it. Your face looks like it has something on it. So I guess let's get a bit closer because hashtag hair regrowth and it's all about the frame. So I guess I'm going to make this video and make it about how things might not go to plan as a creator, or what to do if things don't go to plan in life. The video that I first created was actually about my eyes. So yeah, first I'm going to start here in this beautiful location. I don't know if you have ever created content before, you would know all about how important lighting is. Sometimes you just don't get it. So when I originally filmed this video, it was outside in the beautiful sunlight, surrounded by greenery, but today, however, it's really overcast and wet, so I couldn't even sit in the place where I was going to film it in the first place. So that was a bit of a setback for me, but you can't wait. If you want to do anything, you have to just do it. You can't keep giving yourself excuses because you'll never get it done, which is me for the past 6 months. So I can talk from experience. I'm just going to put it out there. I know all about the setbacks. Yeah. I really wanted to talk about the creative freeze, which I've spoken about on my Instagram, shameless plug, on one of my last posts. So definitely go and check out the feed if you haven't. So a lot of us as human beings can fall into the trap of if it's meant to happen, it will, so we just sit there and do nothing. However, we should be doing as much as we possibly can with the 2 hands that we're given towards the things that we know we should be doing. For example, if you have a horse and you have a property and you go to sleep at night and you go, well, I hope my horse doesn't get stolen. But if it's not meant to happen, it won't happen. And so you let the horse just roam about. Of course, the horse is going to leave, but you somehow put the horse in the stable or put the bridle on the horse, tie it to a pole, then you are going to make sure that you've done all that you possibly can to make it happen. Make the horse happen, make it stay. You know what I'm saying? We think that, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll be, but at some point we need to make sure that we've done what we can as creators. You gotta go for it. You gotta tie the horse up. So that's the first part of how to do that. One take, wonder thing. Yeah. The next thing about when things don't go to plan as a creator, do things differently. So I'm gonna do it differently. I'm not gonna have everything in one scene. So here's another example of things not going to plan. This location is not gonna do for my next clip. So yeah, just have to adapt to your environment and try things again, differently, again.
Yeah.
Now it is?
Yes.
Can you do it? Because I just hit it again. Wait, just check. Is my face okay? Is it beautiful? Dry, snotty snots? Okay, I need some time alone.
Okay.
I need to get my zone.
Look at the camera. Okay.
So, we tried to go to the beach to get a shot, and that was my whole entire plan. It didn't go as planned to do the second part of this video. This is the part of my video which I can't even look at the camera because it's something that's really intense for me to talk about. I've got this. So when life doesn't go to plan, which happens to everybody, yes, I think most of us can relate to, say, if we've been hit for 6 with health issues or something's gone wrong in the family, You know, you can't work out and you can't do the things the way you always used to do them. That is when life doesn't go as planned. So what I wanted to speak about with this video was to do with my eyes. Yeah, it's something that I let deter me from a lot of the things that I want to do in my life. A lot of things, actually. I have this condition, it's called epithelial basement membrane dystrophy, which is basically just a fancy term for saying that my eyes don't heal properly. It's also a type of matte dot fingerprint. It can just come about when a patient suffers from trauma. My trauma was when I was traveling in the States. About halfway through, I was walking through Koreatown and a speck of dust just flew in my eye. And I didn't think anything of it. I completely just was like, whatever. But then the next day I woke up and it was so painful. Like, I was just like, what is this? Is there something in my eye? Like, oh my gosh. Flash photo. I'm really sorry that my footage is not going to be great for the next few weeks because of that. Working out isn't really happening as much as I would like it to. Like, I'm going to put photos of it. It was painful. It was absolutely crazy. And at this point in my journey, I'd left my job for YouTube. I had no income. I was 100% in and invested. And suddenly out of nowhere, I was in the middle of a country on my own, knew nobody, but all I knew that in media and in the news and all of that stuff, like, it was just like, this is gonna cost you a lot of money. And I had insurance, but no cash flow. And it was so scary for me. My whole plan for YouTube did not go as planned. My whole idea of what my life would look like just didn't go to plan. I was so blessed with who I was staying with in America that I felt very safe and ended up going to an urgent care. And from that experience, they said if I didn't see an ophthalmologist straight away, I would lose my sight. I was just so scared. Like, everything had changed for me in that moment. So most people, when they have or suffer an eye injury, they tend to recover fastest. Like our eyes, they heal within 2 to 3 days, whereas mine didn't after 6 weeks. It comes and it goes. Like 3 days I had where it was fine, like my eye was fine. Then this morning I wake up and I'm gonna put a photo there so you can see it. It's disgusting. Yeah, now I'm kind of like really light sensitive. I'm just holding my punches. I really wanted to go to the gym, but I couldn't go. It was just getting worse and worse, so I was petrified. I was told I couldn't do the things that I loved anymore. I couldn't work out. Yeah. I feel like I'm okay to talk about it now because I know that I'm getting better. There's so much more that I could speak about with this journey. This experience forced me to change and shift the way that I looked at things literally in my life. And suddenly everything that I was talking about with mindset and motivation and all of that stuff, it just didn't seem to sync with my channel and the way that I was running things. So I guess when life doesn't go as planned, it really gets you to tilt your shift and really reframe what's important to you. Yeah. I don't even know. I hate talking about it. I really do. But I'm here and I'm learning to live life in a different way, to change things, to do things, to continue on despite the struggle. And I think if anyone here is like watching this and they're creative or they're just living or they want any type of advice or motivation to come from this, it's that we all struggle. It's totally okay. I used a lot of it as like an excuse, but I feel like everything does happen for a reason, but you've got to continue to do. Like my last trip to the States, a lot of people said, Leisha, you're crazy, why aren't you getting the surgery to fix your eyes, which is PTK if you're looking into this. And I just had on my heart that I should go to the States, and I decided to go to the States because that for me was doing. And through that experience, I got to work with the Visual Snow Initiative, who I could completely relate and be empathetic with. based off my condition and what I'd experienced that totally changed my life. So if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have connected with these people and I wouldn't have experienced my life the same way. I think I would still be taking my vision for granted and pretty much every single day for granted because I hadn't experienced a life shift or a change. So I think when things don't go to plan, they can work out better. Ultimately, things can be better than we'd ever expected. So I don't know, I think I need to wrap this up because I had dinner plans in like 10 minutes. So this isn't going to plan either, and I just have to wrap up on that. I don't know if I really technically went over everything to do with my eyes and the condition that I'm faced with, but I think the hardest thing for me is not knowing what's going to happen next, but none of us do. We don't know what's going to happen next. So I'm going to film the outro at a different location. I don't know where it'll be, but I'll finish up in the third scene or something. And if you have any questions or if you suffer with vision, anything, issues like, oh, I didn't even do this justice, I'm happy to talk about it more. In the messages that I receive through YouTube or in the comment section below, I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up on Instagram, email me. I want to hear from your experience. I want to know what it is that makes you tick and reframe the way that you look at things and how something that hasn't gone to plan for you has actually had a good impact on your life. I would like to know. But I've got to go. Okay, we've got to go. Bye. Oh, hey. And now we are in the same spot in which we started.
One eternity later.
Yes, it may look a little bit different and it's been days since I've filmed that last portion, but I think what I guess I've taken as a moral to this story is to just keep trying and to give it some time. And I could write a whole series on when things don't go to plan because I feel like we're all experts in that. It's worth going back and trying again, especially if you are really passionate about that thing that you were doing for whatever reason, or if you just like want to start again as a creative. And if things don't go to plan in life, maybe you just got to give it another shot because you don't know who out there needs to connect with you. So having said that, I would love to hear in the comment section below what it is that you're passionate about or how your life may not have gone to plan, and then connect with people just like in the community because like your story is important, it needs to be heard. Others would love to hear from you, I'm sure of it, because I do. I'll comment back and yeah, so this is where it all started, and it may be a little bit overcast right now, but it's still beautiful. I think I'm gonna leave it at that because this video is already gone for 12 minutes. Nobody needs extra video unless you love me, in which case you'll like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But I'm so excited to be back, and the next video I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I think it might be a workout, I haven't planned it yet, but that is the whole purpose. You don't know until it calls you. Okay, so that is me, and I'm out, and goodbye. Make it happen.